how's it going, fishing fam? So welcome back for another episode. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I actually had some different plans for the day and they're not quite working out with the weather, so I decided I would go ahead and kind of do a little bit of a review and a first impressions of a new product that I got. Before we get into that, make sure you guys like and subscribe the video. Make sure that if you have any feedback, any suggestions, make sure you leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. Just let me know what you guys want to see. I really want to make content for you guys. So I'll just put it to you that way. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. This right here is the product that I'm going to be going over. Hopefully the camera view's okay. I'm doing it on our guest bed, so bear with me. But so this is the North Shore Fishing Company, okay? And this is the medium soft plastic bag. So how I acquired this was North Shore Fishing Company actually is one of our sponsors of the tournament club this year. So North Shore Fishing Company is sponsoring Bass Lunkers for this season. And they sent us out some great products for our raffles and things like that. So really, really excited to try out these products. So far, first impressions are really, really, really good. Seems really well made. So let's get into it. I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to do an overhead view if I can. That way you can kind of see what's going on. This is actually the medium, which I think is crazy. This is a pretty large bag. So they have one size above this, which I'm really excited to hopefully soon buy that one and try it out. But so far, I've organized some of my soft plastics. I'm basically designating this bag as my Senko and Speedworm bag. Okay, first up, you actually have a mesh back on this. Nice zipper, and you can fit some soft plastics in there. I mean, if you wanted to put packs of hooks, really anything you wanted to in there. You could even throw a scale in there if it's a low profile scale. You could throw some tools in there, some pliers or whatever. I mean, that's really, really nice to have. So there's that. But then you open up the main portion of the bag. Okay, and there's a lot to behold here, but you'll kind of see a method to my madness here in a second. So this actually comes with 2 of these removable dividers. I'm only using one due to the size of some of the bags of soft plastics that I have. And this will improve over time as I kind of, I weed through some of these and I get new bags to put in here. But you have a nice clear window right here, which opens up to a nice little compartment. I just have a pack of my bigger Speedworms in there because it's a pretty good size pack and I just wanted to kind of get it out of the way. So I have that, but you could put a lot of different stuff in here. You could get some of the little pouches and put crankbaits in there. You could put some spinner baits in there if you wanted to put them in little bags. You can do soft plastics. You can do hooks. You can do a lot of different stuff here. So that's really nice. And by the way, this is not a Googan product. I know you're seeing the green right here. These worms are not Googan. The bag that I had these worms in tore on me, so I had an extra bag of the Googan. It was an empty bag of the Googan worms, and so I took those and put them in there. So disclaimer, this is not a Googan color that I know of. Okay, this is actually a Rippin' Lips lure color, one of the custom colors that he made for me. So disclaimer there. Anyway, so I have this side designated as Speedworms. I don't really have a ton of Speedworms that I keep, so I just have my basics in this side. And what's nice about it is these dividers are removable. They seem really well built, really solid. The bag, even without the soft plastics in it, holds up. It holds its shape. It stands up nice and upright. So really, this is bare minimum of what you could actually fit in this bag if you organized it a little bit different. This is just what I have set up for now. So on this side, I've got some blazing worms. I've got some different Speedworms from Bitters, the go-tos that I have. Same with those, just some Some go-to speed worms. Got some more of those right there. I love this color. What is that color? This is the Candy Bug Gold. So shout out to Bitters. That's a great color. You know, I've got some regular little kind of ultra vibe style. I think they're the 6-inch. And then I've got some Rippin' Lips lures. These are the 5 3/4 AI AR worm, watermelon red. So got those in there. And then of course I have these up here, the Mag Speed worms from Rippin' Lips lures. But yeah, so I've got speed worms on this side. I've got this pack of speed worms up here. And this is bare minimum. I still have a lot of space in here. If I was to redo this a little bit, I could fit a lot more in this bag. So that just kind of gives you an idea of the space that's here. This side is nothing but Senkos. I carry a lot of Senkos. Don't judge me. It's one of the greatest baits ever created. But anyway, got some Yum. This is the 5-inch Dinger tinfoil color. Love that color. Great shad imitator. I've got some of the Strike King. This is the shimmy stick. This is red shad color. Okay. Big variety in here, guys. Rippin' Lips lures, custom color that I had made. This is the slim stick from Rippin' Lips lures. Here's some more of the shimmy stick from Strike King, just a little bit different color. Got some Ozark Trail. This is the sinker stick, watermelon red. That's a great little bait. Rippin' Lips, custom color, watermelon red chartreuse. June bug, you can't go wrong. More June bug because you can't go wrong. Got some green pumpkin in there. There's some baby bass. That's a really great color. I think that's a very underrated soft plastic color, but that's a good color. And then of course I've got the Sticko worms from Bass Pro. Got a couple packs of those in there, you know, so a couple different colors. But this so far is going to be wonderful because the two worms that I use most of the time. Now I do use ribbon tails a lot as well, but most of the time anymore, I find myself using a Senko or a speed worm when it comes to soft plastic worms. So this makes it really nice. I can tuck this in my pond prowler. I can stick it right up under my seat, have quick access to get to it underneath me. And I know that I have speed worms and Senkos. So I don't have very far to dig when it comes to that. So this is going to be really, really nice. And like I said, eventually I think I'm going to end up getting either another one of these or the big one, and then just kind of start storing my plastics this way. I really like the way that this keeps their shape. I like that I can see everything. I don't have to, you know, now putting them in boxes, I've done that for a long time, and there is nothing wrong with doing that. The only thing, and this is what I have noticed, is after a good while, and this also depends on your storage situation. So if you are storing your soft plastics in a box, you know, one of the waterproof Plano boxes or whatever, that you keep inside of the front deck of your boat all the time or in one of the hatches, and it's not sitting out in the sun all the time, you probably never have an issue with it. Really, I don't think you would. Of course, the dividers in there are gonna, you know, distort a little bit and warp a little bit, but that's really no big deal because you're using that for soft plastics. But with my small vessel situation with the pond prowler, my Plano boxes are literally sitting in a basket behind me right in the sun. And so the boxes get a lot more wear because the Florida sun is rough on stuff. I don't care what anybody says, it's terrible on things. So the boxes start to get weathered, and in turn, your soft plastics start to get weathered. So they start drying out. They start, you know, like if you put, like I like to use the Berkley bait fuel sometimes, you know, so I'll put that in there. They start getting kind of dry and crusty. And not saying that it makes your soft plastics bad, but it makes them a little more difficult to deal with. And in all honesty, it's kind of just me being nitpicky. I like my soft plastics to look nice and fresh. And the bag, when you have a good bag that comes with them, always does that. This will keep them out of the sun. This is nice and waterproof, and it's easy to store. So, and it holds a ton of soft plastics. I have in this bag right here probably enough soft plastics to fill 2 to 3 Plano boxes. So it carries a lot, and I still have room. So just keep that in mind. But I really think that I'm gonna like this setup for my boat, because not only for the pond prowler, it'll keep everything nice and organized. I can label these if I want to, and know exactly what soft plastics are in here. But also, when I'm in my bass boat, this is going to be a really great way for me to store my soft plastics in the hatches that I have. Because as most of you know, my bass boat it's not a huge boat. It's an older model. So they weren't really worried about a ton of storage space in those boats. And this will fit anywhere. This is a nice compact bag. I can slide probably 2 or 3 of these in the nose of the boat, and then another one in some of the side hatches. So I think this is going to be a really great thing. I'm looking forward to testing this bag out, seeing how it does for the season. But first impressions are really, really nice. I like this. Really easy to carry, super stout, nice and solid. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. I mean, check them out, guys. It's a small business, North Shore Fishing Company. They're looks like they're pumping out some really nice products. And I looked at their store. I will leave a link down there. And this is not sponsored or anything. I'm not an affiliate with them at all, but they have a really nice little store on there. And it looks like great stuff. The prices are right. I mean, I think this bag is $40 on there. That's a good deal, in my opinion, for what you're getting. So really looking forward to getting more of the North Shore Fishing Company products and testing them out. They seem really solid, really well made. And I think they're going to help out my bait storage situation a lot. So excited about that. But if you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I can get you any information you need. I can also, like I said, I'll put the link to the website. That way you can go check them out yourself, because really, really nice stuff. So, but if you have any questions, let me know. I will answer your questions. If I don't know the answers, I'll find somebody who does, as always. And please like and subscribe the video. Y'all have a great rest of your week.